with Mr. Perry is that, he goes from mistakes or failures, but he turns it into a lesson, okay? That's what he says. He says he doesn't make no mistakes.
He said that?
Yes, he says
I don't
that.
know about that.
So Tyler Perry got a military base.
That's correct.
Made it into a movie studio and started making movies. Katt Williams.
Bought a military base. Are you making movies?
I'm not wearing dresses.
Each artist should be allowed to pursue the artistic endeavor. But I still think a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery and buffoonery.
7 actors have dared to expose the dark truth about Tyler Perry's rise to fame. From Monique, who claims he blackballed her after her Oscar win.
You know, Shannon, that's cost my family tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Over a lie and a rumor.
To industry veterans who refuse to work with him.
Can't buy your way in. Can't love your way in. You gotta serve. You gotta do good the right way.
What these actors reveal about his methods shows a pattern of control, manipulation, and the systematic destruction of Black excellence that will change how you see Tyler Perry forever. These brave voices have risked their careers to expose what they claim are Tyler Perry's true methods of building his empire. So, let's get into it. Monique's destruction represents Tyler Perry's most calculated and vicious attack on Black excellence.
One of the biggest entertainers in the world is Tyler Perry. And Tyler Perry told a lie on me. And that lie cost me 12 years.
The trouble started when Perry and his team wanted Monique to promote Precious at Cannes without additional compensation. She refused, saying she needed to be paid for work outside her contract. She wanted to spend time with her family instead of doing unpaid international promotion. At the Hoodie Awards, Tyler Perry called Monique to his room. His staff was there laughing when she arrived. Perry made a gesture and everyone scattered, leaving them alone with her security. Perry told her that promoting the film could lead to $3 to $5 million for her next movie if she got nominated, and $6 to $8 million if she won the Oscar. Monique told him he could pay her to promote it since he and Oprah were producers on the film. Perry responded that he wasn't in the habit of giving out money for free. Monique replied that she wasn't in the habit of working for free either. They ended the conversation by hugging like brother and sister, with what seemed like mutual understanding. What happened next changed everything. Perry allegedly began spreading word throughout Hollywood that Monique was difficult to work with. The lie followed her everywhere.
Yeah.
Do you know, Shannon, that's cost my family tens of millions of dollars?
Yeah.
Over a lie and a rumor?
Years later, Perry called Monique directly. During that phone conversation, he admitted he could see the pain in her and could hear it. He said he would never do anything to hurt her. But as the conversation continued, Perry admitted he had started the rumor about her being difficult to work with. He confessed he had lied. He promised to make a public apology when his next movie came out.
Tyler Perry called us up, right? And he said, I can see the pain in you and I can hear it. And I want to let you know that I would never do nothing to hurt you. But the conversation kept going on, only for Tyler Perry to admit he did start a rumor.
Monique had recorded the conversation legally in a state where one-party consent was allowed. On the recording, Perry's voice clearly admitted wrongdoing. He acknowledged lying about her and promised a public apology. That apology never came. The recording became crucial evidence because without it, the situation would have been her word against his. As Monique later explained, if she hadn't recorded Perry, people would have dismissed her claims because of his power and influence. Before the blacklisting, Monique had been making roughly $2 to $3 million a year. After Perry's lie spread through Hollywood, those opportunities disappeared. For over 12 years, she watched potential earnings slip away while Perry's false narrative about her character destroyed deal after deal. Monique began publicly demanding that Perry honor his promise to apologize and compensate her family for the financial damage his lies had caused. She calculated the losses in tens of millions of dollars over more than a decade of lost work.
He fixes it. I will not stop because that's how the monster is created.
Perry never responded to her public challenges. He never made the promised apology. He never offered compensation for the damage his admitted lies had caused. Spike Lee's confrontation with Tyler Perry represents a battle for the soul of black cinema. A legendary filmmaker refusing to stay silent, while Perry allegedly profits from perpetuating harmful stereotypes that damage the entire black community. In 2009, Spike Lee delivered what would become the most quoted criticism of Tyler Perry's empire when he described Perry's Madea films as coonery buffoonery during a television interview.
Each artist should be allowed to pursue the artistic endeavor, but I still think a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery buffoonery.
This wasn't casual shade. It was a carefully considered artistic and cultural critique from someone who had spent decades fighting for dignified black representation in cinema.
You know, are we going back to Mantan Moreland and Sleep and Eat?
Lee's criticism went beyond artistic disagreement to address what he saw as cultural regression. His reference to Mantan Moreland and Sleep and Eat, performers from the 1930s and 40s known for playing stereotypical characters, suggested that Perry's work represented a dangerous step backward for black representation during a moment of unprecedented progress.
I will punch the hell out of you. Say something else.
That is my answer to Spike Lee. Go to hell.
Perry's response revealed the thin skin beneath his public persona. Instead of engaging with Lee's substantive critique about cultural representation, he launched personal attacks and dismissed legitimate concerns about the impact of his work on black imagery in mainstream media.
The same thing. I speak from the South. People love it. Why in the hell would I sit here worried about Spike Lee?
Perry's defense centered on claims that his characters represented real black experiences. But critics argue this misses the point. The issue isn't whether such people exist, but whether repeatedly showcasing only the most exaggerated versions of black life reinforces harmful stereotypes for non-black audiences. The conflict exposed deeper tensions about who controls black narratives in Hollywood. Lee represents old-school artistic integrity and cultural responsibility, while Perry embodies commercial success and audience-driven content. Lee's criticism ultimately wasn't personal, but philosophical, a warning that commercial success shouldn't come at the expense of cultural dignity. His willingness to challenge Perry publicly demonstrates the courage required to confront powerful figures who profit from potentially harmful representations. Katt Williams represents the voice of black comedic authenticity, fighting against what he sees as Tyler Perry's emasculating and culturally damaging portrayal of black masculinity through his drag performances. In a 2024 interview that sent shockwaves through black entertainment, Katt Williams delivered a devastating assessment of Tyler Perry's artistic choices. Williams didn't just question Perry's comedic skill, he challenged the fundamental dignity and respectability of a black man consistently choosing to portray exaggerated female characters for mainstream consumption.
Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
Williams's criticism touched on sensitive issues about black masculinity and representation. His point wasn't about drag performance as an art form, but about the specific way Perry's version seemed to reinforce negative stereotypes about black women while simultaneously raising questions about his own masculine presentation and artistic choices. The core of Williams's argument centers on audience and intent. He suggests that Perry's Madea character isn't created for black audiences to see themselves reflected authentically, but for non-black audiences to laugh at exaggerated black stereotypes while feeling culturally superior. This transforms what could be empowering comedy into degrading entertainment. Williams's critique extends beyond Perry to the industry systems that elevate certain types of black entertainment while suppressing others. He suggests that Perry's success comes not from authentic black approval, but from white gatekeepers who prefer safe black content that doesn't challenge power structures or force uncomfortable self-reflection.
Tyler Perry got a military base.
That's correct.
Made it into a movie studio and started making movies. Katt Williams.
Bought a military base. Are you making movies?
I'm not wearing dresses.
The distinction Williams draws is crucial: authentic representation versus profitable caricature. Williams positions himself as part of a tradition of black comedy that uses humor to empower rather than diminish black identity. His criticism suggests that Perry has violated an unspoken code about using comedic platforms responsibly within the black community, prioritizing mainstream appeal over cultural dignity and community respect. Tichina Arnold represents the seasoned black actress who recognized Tyler Perry's typecasting machine and refused to sacrifice her artistic integrity for easy money and exposure in his cinematic universe.
We want fairness, better health care, better residuals. I literally get 1 cent residuals.
With decades of experience from Martin and Everybody Hates Chris, Tichina Arnold had established herself as a versatile actress capable of both comedy and drama. Industry insiders suggest she declined multiple opportunities in Tyler Perry productions because she recognized the limiting nature of his creative vision for black women. Arnold allegedly expressed concerns that Perry's rapid production schedule and formulaic approach to filmmaking didn't allow for the character development and artistic growth she valued. Sources suggest she preferred fewer, higher-quality roles over frequent appearances in productions she viewed as artistically limiting and potentially damaging to her established reputation. While never publicly confirmed, industry whispers suggest Arnold and Perry clashed during initial conversations about potential collaborations. These disagreements reportedly centered on creative control and the types of characters Perry wanted her to portray, with Arnold pushing for more substantial roles, while Perry insisted on fitting her into his established formula. Arnold built her reputation on being selective about projects and maintaining artistic standards throughout her career.
I cannot speak for Martin, but I can speak for me, Tisha, Tommy, Carl. We all said we don't give a fuck. Who cares if we're all we cared about was we pleasing our viewership, or we making people laugh. That's all we cared about.
Her decision to distance herself from Perry's productions demonstrates the choice faced by many black actors: financial opportunity versus artistic integrity and long-term career development in an industry that often pigeonholes black performers. The alleged conflict highlights fundamental differences in artistic vision between Arnold and Perry. Arnold reportedly sought complex, multidimensional characters that showcased her range and talent, while Perry's universe often relies on broader, more archetypal portrayals that serve his specific storytelling formula and commercial requirements, rather than challenging actors artistically. While Perry offers significant opportunities for black performers and guaranteed exposure to large audiences, some industry veterans like Arnold apparently concluded that maintaining artistic integrity and avoiding typecasting was worth more than the immediate financial benefits of joining his entertainment empire. Denzel Washington's complete absence from Tyler Perry's cinematic universe speaks volumes about the quality standards that separate true Hollywood royalty from commercial content creators who prioritize profit over artistic excellence. With an Academy Award-winning career spanning decades, Denzel Washington represents the pinnacle of black dramatic excellence in Hollywood. Industry observers note that despite Tyler Perry's prominence in black cinema and Washington's long career, the two have never collaborated, a telling absence that suggests fundamental differences in artistic vision and quality standards. Washington built his legendary status through powerful dramatic performances in films like Training Day, Fences, and Malcolm X.
So I have to stand here today as what I was when I was born, a black man.
His consistent choice of serious, substantive roles suggests that Perry's broader comedic style and commercial approach may not meet the artistic standards Washington maintains for his carefully curated career and protected reputation. Throughout his career, Washington has demonstrated remarkable selectivity in choosing projects that challenge him artistically and contribute meaningfully to cinema history. His avoidance of Perry's productions suggests these films don't offer the type of complex, transformative roles that interest him or align with his vision of meaningful artistic contribution.
Can't buy your way in. Can't love your way in. You gotta serve. You gotta do good the right way.
The contrast between Washington and Perry represents two different approaches to black entertainment. Washington's focus on dignified, complex portrayals that challenge audiences and expand perceptions versus Perry's commercially successful but potentially stereotypical characters that comfort audiences with familiar tropes and predictable storylines. Washington's brand represents prestige, quality, and artistic excellence that transcends racial boundaries. His apparent avoidance of Perry's projects suggests either that he's never been approached, which is unlikely given Perry's industry connections and Washington's stature, or that he's declined opportunities that didn't meet his rigorous artistic criteria and reputation protection requirements.
It's cliche, money don't make it better. It don't. Fame just magnifies the problem.
In Hollywood, absence can be as meaningful as presence. Washington's complete avoidance of Perry's extensive filmography sends a clear message about quality standards and artistic priorities that other actors might consider when evaluating their own career choices and the long-term impact of their professional associations. Samuel L. Jackson's notable absence from Tyler Perry's productions reveals how Hollywood's most respected versatile actors quietly avoid projects they consider beneath their artistic standards, even when those projects dominate black cinema. With over 150 film credits spanning every genre from Pulp Fiction to Django Unchained, Samuel L. Jackson represents Hollywood versatility at its finest.
Wow. They playing your ass for a fool, is what I'm talking about. They ain't here for no muscle-bound Jimmy.
His complete absence from Tyler Perry's extensive filmography becomes particularly notable given Perry's dominance in black entertainment and Jackson's demonstrated willingness to work across all types of projects. Industry insiders suggest that Jackson's artistic preferences lean toward projects with more dramatic complexity or cultural significance that challenge him as a performer. While he's demonstrated remarkable range in both serious dramas and action films, Perry's specific brand of broad comedy may not appeal to his creative sensibilities.
A big theme with Mr. Perry is that, he goes from mistakes or failures, but he turns it into a lesson, okay? That's what he says. He says he doesn't make no mistakes.
He said that?
Yes, he says
I don't
that.
know about that.
Throughout his career, Jackson has gravitated toward characters that become culturally memorable, from Jules Winfield in Pulp Fiction to Nick Fury in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. His choice to avoid Perry's productions suggests these films don't offer the type of distinctive, impactful roles that interest him. Jackson's filmography demonstrates his ability to balance commercial success with artistic merit. His avoidance of Perry's work suggests he may view these productions as too commercially driven, without sufficient artistic or cultural value to justify his participation. With Jackson's established career and financial security, he has the luxury of choosing projects based purely on artistic merit rather than financial necessity. His consistent avoidance of Perry's productions suggests they don't meet whatever criteria he uses for project selection. Jackson's absence from Perry's universe represents a form of silent professional judgment that speaks volumes about quality assessment and artistic standards in Hollywood's elite circles. Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million because he wouldn't let Comedy Central turn his show into something that hurt his community. That decision puts him on the complete opposite side of the spectrum from Tyler Perry, who built his empire by giving audiences exactly what they wanted. even if it might be damaging. The contrast between these two comedians couldn't be starker. Chappelle famously ran to Africa when he realized white audiences might be laughing at his sketches for the wrong reasons. He was terrified that his comedy about black stereotypes was reinforcing them instead of exposing them. Perry? He doubled down and made millions doing exactly what Chappelle was afraid of. Chappelle also said that Tyler Perry played a big role in manipulating Kevin Hart. When Kevin found out that Chappelle had spoken about it publicly, he got upset and confronted him. Now, people are starting to question what's really going on between Kevin and Chappelle and what their relationship is like.
When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So, protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
The feud got worse when Kevin Hart showed up on a TV show wearing feminine clothes, which sparked a lot of backlash. People pointed out that this went against what he had said before in an interview, where he clearly stated he wouldn't do anything unprofessional just to succeed in Hollywood. He had tried to set himself apart from others in the industry, but this move made people question that.
I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. At the end of the day, you gotta know that you're a brand.
Following this incident, Kevin made an unexpected appearance on a television show, seemingly indifferent to safeguarding his brand and dignity. Dave Chappelle found this particularly troubling because he values dignity and has consistently advocated for fair treatment of black individuals in the entertainment industry, highlighting how they are often mistreated by Hollywood elites.
Pope Conventionate is lifting her arms into her signature muscle man pose.
Kevin doing these absurd things bothered Chappelle, and he spilled tea on every single detail of who tricked Kevin to appear like this on the TV screens.
There's no animosity there, but there's an awareness of where the void is. So now I take that and I make sure I apply it to mine.
According to him, it is Tyler who has been involved in black artists. In any case, the difference comes down to what they think comedy should accomplish. Chappelle sees comedy as a weapon that can either liberate or oppress, depending on who's holding it and who's getting shot. He walked away because he wasn't sure he was aiming at the right targets anymore. Perry sees comedy as entertainment, period. If people are laughing and buying tickets, mission accomplished. Chappelle's Netflix specials prove you can make massive amounts of money while maintaining complete creative control and cultural integrity. He came back on his own terms, saying exactly what he wanted to say, without studio interference or network censorship. Meanwhile, Perry's been churning out the same formula for 2 decades, making bank but never evolving. The tragic part is that both approaches work financially. Chappelle's integrity didn't cost him money in the long run. It just delayed it while he figured out how to be successful without selling out. Perry's success suggests that maybe authenticity isn't as profitable as giving people what they think they want. 2 black comedians, 2 completely different ideas about responsibility and success. One walked away from easy money to protect his conscience. The other built an empire by ignoring his. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.